My passport is here. Oh my god. Hi sunshines, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If this is your first time seeing this beautiful face, hi, I'm winifredkal and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber who is currently living in Lagos, Nigeria, and you are most definitely welcome. So guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I got my Canada study visa in less than 2 months, in pretty much a month plus. I thought Ozzy was awake. Ozzy is my son. He is sleeping and I don't want to wake him up. Anyways, you guys, I got my passport back yesterday from DHL and I am super stoked. When I opened it and I saw the visa, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, so pretty. And yeah, so I decided to film this today because I actually want to film all these videos that would most likely people would most likely request for, like questions about like the process, how long the process took for me, get it out of the way before I start bombarding you guys with the relocation videos and my moving to Canada, my living in Canada videos and all of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're here to do, to talk about the process and how my process was able to be like so short. You guys, prayers also worked. Like prayers helped so much because this Canada study visa route, trust me, if you've gone through that route, you know that some people wait for their visa for like lots of cases. People tend to wait like 3 months and sometimes even more. That's why they always advise people to, bring out a whole year. Like make sure the program you're going for, it's like a year, ahead so that you don't start rushing and start deferring and all of that. So yeah, let me not waste too much of your time with this ramblings. Let's go straight into the video of the day. So guys, the first thing I'll do is to give you guys like a rundown of the timeline when I submitted, when I got like medical requests, when I got my medical updated, when I got my passport. I also give you guys like share with you guys the agent I used. It was recommended by one of my friends, a long time old time friend that I met during an audition like years back. She's currently in my school and she recommended this agent to me and I used the agent and I'm so glad it worked out. So yeah, the agency I used and also the platform that also helped me during my anxiety and just that really helped me, and I also got a lot of information from there. I'm going to share all of that with you guys. So let's start with the timeline. Okay, the day I submitted my application was on January 17th of 2023. So I submitted it this year, literally like 2 months ago. And in fact, less than 2 months ago, okay? Because this is beginning of March. That's when I submitted the application. And mind you, I already had like my biometrics done, so I didn't need to go for biometrics because as I said before, I had applied for a visitor visa years back, and it's not up to 10 years because your biometrics are valid for 10 years. Okay, so take note of that. But I didn't get to the point of having, anyways, medicals actually stay for just a year. It's only valid for a year, I believe. So medicals is out of the question. Even if like you've done medicals before, as long as it's been up to a year, you cannot use it again. You have to redo medicals. So I had done my biometrics, so they didn't have to request me to do biometrics because I already submitted like the biometric. They already have it in their system, and I told them the day I did the biometrics and all of that, I believe. After I submitted, I wanted to do an upfront medical, so I had already submitted if I went for an upfront medical. I just actually tried to do a walk-in Q Life in Victoria Island, Q Life Family Clinic, because you only have two designated hospitals for, Canada immigration medicals. It's either IOM in Ikeja. I can't remember the full meaning of IOM. I think it's Immigration Organization of Medical. I don't know. Let me not talk rubbish. But yeah, either IOM in Ikeja, Lagos, or Q Life Family Clinic in Victoria Island. So we just walked into Q Life one day to do medicals or just at least an inquiry or something. Like, we should have just called, but we wanted to like see if we could do it, like if it's something that you can walk in and get your medicals done. So they said no, that we had to book an appointment, and the appointment only, like you can only book an appointment on Mondays. That's when the portal opens for appointment booking. So I was like, okay. So I decided to book appointment for like the next, at that time I had already submitted the application. So I booked the appointment the upper Monday. because the day we went was it on a Monday, or so I was on a work day, but it wasn't, we couldn't get the medicals done. So when I did the appointment day they gave me was, I was really lucky, it was like literally next week. I had like available date day up next week. So I didn't have to wait so long to not to do medical. So I got my medicals done on the 25th of January, literally my wedding anniversary day. So after we got the medicals done, we went out to eat from there, to just, just to have something, just to, get something done on our anniversary day. So if you guys remember the day that I was wearing black, my black two piece, I actually had my hair dyed, my hair was still looking very shiny, the ginger. That was the day I went for my medicals, like the up for medicals. So when I was done with the medicals, they gave me a slip, because I didn't wait for medicals to get requested from IRCC. They are the ones that will now generate like the form they would have sent. They would now generate it and all of that, and then send your medicals. When you pass your medicals and everything is okay, they will, whether it's okay or not, God forbid, but I hope everything is okay whenever you apply. They'll send it to IRCC. They'll not tell you whether you passed or not, whether you have any issues or not. They'll do a comprehensive check check up on you, like your HIV status. They will check, they will take blood from you. You also do a urinology test. The doctor will also ask your family history. The doctor will check you, check your chest, check your mouth, like you open your mouth, they'll check your eye, they will do x-ray. I'd have to do an x-ray scan. They'll check something about your kidney, or I don't know, they will try to do a comprehensive test for you. So they'll now send it to IRCC, send it to like the Canada Immigration Straight, and they will give you a slip. That e-slip is what you will now send as a web form, as an attachment, an additional document. Send it to them and tell them, okay, that you've done an upfront medical, something like that. So when I did that, I had to start waiting. Like the waiting game started. I joined the NSVPD fast, it's 1 day's fasting. I was praying every day. It was literally the number one on my prayer list. I actually need to give a testimony on NSVPD, but yeah, it was number one on my prayer list. I was praying, I was firing prayer, I was asking God, please, God, help me. I really want this, And then eventually I got an email on the 11th of February, I believe. Yeah, it was on a Saturday. A day before that, I got an email that was really heartbreaking. But like the next day, which I'm going to talk about eventually, the next day, anyways, I got an email for my application, and it was medical request. If you needed to see how I screamed, this was like less than a month. Like, meant to get a medical request, just know that you are on the right path. You are on your way to getting your visa. Okay. I mean, it's just very few cases where they ask for a medical request, and because for your application to get to the point of them asking for medical request, it means that they have, done the background checks they needed to do, and maybe checked your proof of funds, checked everything, and they're okay with your application before they even request for medicals. Okay. So when they did that, I was shouting, I was so happy. And then I called my agent. I was like, I needed to resubmit. I had access to my portal. I don't know why some people have issues with some agents that will not give them login details to their portal. You need to have access to your portal, but I didn't know how to send web form as at that time. So the agent was still doing it, because obviously we paid for it. We paid for the services. So I just told him that he should please resend another web form with a web form, and also an email with my medical slip that I had sent previously, prior to the time they requested my medical. So he did that, and then I was hoping that maybe in the next 2-3 days they will update it to pass. I was waiting. 7 days passed, 1 week passed. I was like, I became uncomfortable. I said, enough is enough. What rubbish? Because I was checking, the platform that really helped me is Naira Land. Okay, I was checking Naira Land. I've seen other people's timelines. You cannot really compare yourself to other people. Some people's own is faster, some people's own takes like longer. So, but I mean, I was like, my own has to be fast. So I eventually started sending the email by myself. I saw some emails on Naira Land, like for Lagos immigration, Abuja immigration. I sent to Lagos, I sent to Abuja, I think I sent to London, and I sent to Nairobi. I first sent to Nairobi because Nairobi is like the main place that handles study permits for Nigerians. Okay. So I sent to Nairobi as well. And I was just like, oh, please, what's all this? Why is this taking time? I'm impatient right now. Anyways, eventually, what I now did was I tried calling on Wednesday, which was 23rd. 23rd of February, because I waited for like 1 week to pass. I tried calling the Canada, their service, their customer service or clientele, something like customer service for all this immigration and all of that. So I tried calling them. They are in Ottawa, so I used the Viber app to try calling them. But anytime I tried to call them, they always told me that it was busy. That they were not able to reach them because they are all busy. Because there's a lot of people doing applications. The next day, I finally, after so much trial, I finally was able to get on the queue the next day, which was on the 23rd, no, 24th. Okay, so when I was not able to like get through to them, I eventually spoke to like someone now picked my call. I had to wait for close to, I think, 30 minutes. Like, thank God for data, because imagine you're using your normal this thing airtime to call. You will have to recharge and recharge and recharge. It's crazy. Anyways, when they finally picked my call, I gave them my UCI, my unique client identification number. I gave them my student, my application number basically, and all of that. So the lady told me that I had to reach out to Nairobi. I had to reach out to the exact immigration like center that is in charge of like my own, that they were not in charge of it and all of that. So I was like, okay. So what I now did, so she just sent me a link to send in a web form. So for the first time, I now sent a web form, because all I was doing before was sending emails. So I now sent a web form, because I think the answer web forms faster. I now sent a web form to Nairobi like at that day, and that was it. That fateful night, like that same day, I called the customer care. I just, funny enough, I didn't even get an email. I just randomly checked. I just randomly logged in that night. That's that 23rd night. This was that election week that everybody was like really anxious about election. I was also anxious about Canada. I was anxious about election. I was anxious about so many things. So that night, I just randomly logged into my IRCC portal, which is my application portal, and then I saw medicals passed. Oh my God, it was night. My son was sleeping, my husband was still awake. I thought, baby, they've passed me. I was so happy. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I was so happy. So I was so happy that day. The next day was election day. No, the next day was 24th, which was a day before election, which was on Friday. So that Friday, I was trying doing my own thing. I was just happy that they passed me. So I was like, okay, at least I know that the next step is hopefully getting a PPR, which is passport request, like them approving my application since they passed my medicals. So my eligibility has started at that time. Eligibility is them doing like their final checks to make sure that you're eligible to get the study permit. So that's the next day after they passed my medicals. The next day was Friday, and I was just doing my own thing. That night, I got an email from IRCC. I was like, huh? That fast? I was like, hold up. Because a lot of times people, after they pass their medicals, it takes like some people 1 week or weeks before they even get like another email from Canada. I got an email from them. I opened it. I saw BVL. I was like, what? From Nairaland. I know that BVL comes before PPR. I was like, hold up. Hey, is it about to happen? I was like, oh my God, I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. So BVL is biometric validity letter, basically telling you that your biometric was still valid so they told me my biometric was still valid for a good number of years and all of that. I was so happy. I was not even reading what they sent. I was so happy. It's like, sir, I've gotten BVL. Are you guys kidding me? You guys, if I could say Jack, I was busy. I was texting my family group chat. I was excited. I was shouting. I was happy. My son was like, don't worry, the next email is going to be your approval. Gang. Within 2 minutes, as my son was even typing, I just got another email. I saw passport request. Hey, I went crazy. I was like, what? I was happy, you guys. I was like, just within less than 24 hours of getting medicals updated to pass, I was like, oh my God. Like, I guess all those emails I sent, also God played a huge role. Like, it was even God that was like, God is the one that just did this for me, because I was happy. I was really happy. And I feel like also the emails I sent, because I sent them in tons of emails, not too many emails, but I think I sent emails twice, I sent email to Lagos and Abuja and all those other ones once, but I sent to Nairobi, I think twice. Okay. So anyways, I was happy, sha. So that's how the main journey now started. I was like, hey, I don't get PPR. Okay, king. So it was on a Friday, so I couldn't submit my passport that Friday. Next day was election and all of that. So on Monday, I now put everything together, printed out I went to beside VFS, printed out the passport request, photocopied, not photocopied, printed out, no, sorry, photocopied my passport biodata page. Like it has to be colored, okay, colored copies. And what else? Put together my passport, put together my yellow slip from the biometric I did years ago. Yellow slip that VFS gave me the time I did Canada biometrics like years ago because you need the yellow slip to put everything together in the envelope. And then as I was trying to go to VFS direct to submit, and now one of the men there or guys there told me that I had to go through DHL. I was like, huh? But VFS is just here. So they told me that they were not doing passport submission directly for that day. So I eventually saw it on their site, Sha, that they were not doing it that day because that day was 27th and it was going to stop like on the 28th. They will maybe stop like the whole not that submitting directly to them on the 28th. They will start collecting passports after 28th directly at VFS. And I was like, at that time, I didn't really know when they will start collecting directly, but I was like, I need to submit this station today because I didn't want any more delays. So I just said, okay, no wahala. So I went to DHL. The DHL was pretty much beside VFS. You just had to walk a little bit down the road and then you see it in a kind of a complex. So I went to DHL, submitted it, and you guys are going to probably see it with my travel prep, or if possible, I'm going to add it. Maybe I'll just add the clip of when I went to DHL. Yeah, I'll add a clip here so you guys can see. And then submitted it, and I had to pay like 25,500, and yeah, it was not even funny. I think the mistake I made was that I should have just done one way because VFS is very close to my house. I could have picked up myself because DHL quite kind of wasted time to return my passport. Anyways, I paid that amount for DHL two-way courier, which is fine. And then gave me like my way bill, one way bill, but like the front and the back has like two different way bill numbers for the going and the coming back. Okay. Yeah. So that was now how I started waiting for them to start my passport. So other people kept saying that it takes 10 days. So I submitted it on Monday to DHL. DHL confirmed delivery of my passport to VFS the next day, which was Tuesday. And then I started getting, at first I didn't get any email from VFS for acknowledgement. I started calling VFS. Okay, I was like, after like 2 days or so, they now started sending me emails when he went to Abuja, when he went to IRCC, all of that. I was expecting it to come like ending of like this week. Like obviously it takes 10 days, okay? So on Monday, which was like less than the 10 days, I got an email from VFS that it was now in Lagos and it was ready for collection. I was like, huh? How fast could it be? Like, which other fast am I looking for? This is literally fast. Fast. I was like, thank you, Jesus. So another email, I now got another email, the second one, that it has been picked up by the courier. So I now tried to track it on DHL. I didn't see it. It wasn't like showing anything that they had picked up my parcel. I was like, ha. And I called DHL. I was getting worried out. I started calling DHL. I called VFS and all of that. Eventually, I just calmed down. I was like, anyways, it's still early. I mean, it's just one day. So the next day, eventually, DHL told me like that they were going to eventually collect it. VFS told me as well that DHL had collected it the previous day evening. To cut the long story short, I was now able to track it, that they had picked it up on that Tuesday, for the end of that Tuesday. Wednesday, they delivered it to me, which was yesterday. And I was so happy when I saw the passport. And then before I forget, on Saturday, which was on that election day, I got my POE letter. The IRC sent me an email that my stuff has been updated and all of that. No, the previous day they sent me an email that my stuff has been updated, I believe. And I checked it and I saw that they had done final decision, approved, background checks completed, eligibility reviewed, like everything had been completed pretty much. And obviously I got my visa, but I still didn't see my counterfoil because people kept saying I would see like the stamp when they've stamped it and all of that. But the side is mere formality because today I've not seen the counterfoil on my profile, but I have my point of entry letter, which is to be submitted or to be given to the officer when they ask for it when you get to Canada. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So now over to like the documents that you need. Let me not forget, I also did a police certificate, character certificate. I had to pay like 40K, 40,000 for that. I did that before I submitted the application. You have to go to Alabama police station. It's close to the Ikoyi passport office, like literally on the same road. So you have to go there to get your police character certificate. Yeah, which other thing have I did I miss? Anyways, let me just just scan through like the documents that you need to submit. So depending on if you're sponsoring yourself or if you're a self-sponsor or if you're getting a sponsor from like another sponsor, maybe your daddy or your husband or whoever that is, just make sure for Canada, I would advise you that whoever that's sponsoring you, if you're not sponsoring yourself, let the person be a very close family member, not a stranger, because if you get a stranger, they will want to find out why is this stranger sponsoring you, like why. You really need to see a serious connection between you and this stranger. Even if you say it's a family friend, the family friend has family, Abby. So why is the person sponsoring you? You need to give them, like when you're writing your letter of intent or your statement of purpose to the visa officer, you need to make sure that everything is explicitly like stated there. Like tell them everything. Don't hide anything. If you have been refused before, don't hide it. If you whatever it is, you need to put it there. The finances, like how you're going to take care of yourself, or if this person is going to like pay your bills, you need to state it there. Don't hide anything. Don't just think that they will just assume that okay, this is what is going to. Because when they start doing making assumptions, and also grace of God though is what is going to really help you in this whole Canada process. But you need to also play your own part. Okay, so let me just documents need a sponsors documents. My husband is my sponsor, so yeah, letter of sponsorship. It needs to be need to do like a notarized letter of sponsorship, like right, an affidavit of sponsorship. You need to go to the law court. Yeah, I forgot about that too. I did affidavit of sponsorship. I had to pay like 10K for it, right? If you are traveling with your child, your husband, your partner needs to give his consent. So you need to also do that. So I think the affidavit I paid like 10K. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, you need to do that at the law court. Okay. Um, letter of sponsorship, copy of sponsors, copy of sponsor letter of employment, or if the person has a business documents, CAC certificate, tax clearance, and all of that. You need to also show pay slips. So all these things could be in his statement of account. Okay. And I also advise you if you're doing like Canada, make sure you tell your bank to send the statement of account. Tell them the like if it's like 6 months or whatever, they will do this MBS thing. The bank will do it for you. They'll just send it directly to the embassy and give you a printer that you will add to your application. Okay. So yeah, you need to do that as well. Your sponsors international passport, statement of account I've mentioned, landed properties, all of that investments, accounts, and all of that. Then you as an applicant, you need there will be a document checklist for you. So you will use that checklist to check the things that you've provided, and you need 2 passport photographs, um, application for study permit made outside. There's forms that come with your application that you need to fill. You need to fill family information form. You need to fill that to include all your family members, your parents, your siblings, everyone, your husband, your children, everyone. The copy of your international passport biodata page, and university's unconditional official letter of acceptance. So you need to put your official letter of acceptance, the one that they give you after you've made your tuition deposit or if you've paid for your school fees or whatever. So you need to also include your school fees, a receipt. You need to include your statement of purpose. If you are employed or you have a business, you need to state it there. You also need to, you need your statement of account or salary account as the applicant. You need your birth certificate, police character certificate, your YX certificate, your degree certificate. You also need your transcript. Okay, so yeah, you also need transcripts for your application. So I used my student copy transcript, not the official transcript that's like locked, that is like sealed. No, I used my student copy transcript. I also included my NYSC certificate. I included my I've talked about biodata page. Also include your family picture, your resume, your CV, resume or CV, and if you have any professional certifications, also include it there. Maybe you've written ICANN, if you're an accountant, or any of that, you include it there. And then there's also something called gift date. You need to include it there. Yeah, you guys have got to mention affidavit of return. Okay. Affidavit of return. What was I even saying before? Okay, yeah, these are the two affidavits I did. I did affidavit of sponsorship and affidavit of return. And I think either the two of them cost me 10K or each was like 10K. I think each of them was like 5K. So I had to pay 10K. I really can't remember anymore. But yeah, that was I can't remember anymore. But then I spent over 10K that day. I think the guy even had to start asking me for another extra money. I can't remember, you guys. But I did affidavit of return. I told them I was going to come back and all of that. So to just make them feel comfortable, because one of the major reasons why they deny people visa is when they feel like they have reservations that you're going to go and run away. So yeah, I did affidavit of return. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the things I provided. If there's somebody, if you're maybe your parents or maybe a friend or someone is trying to dash you money, make sure like they do a gift deed. I think they have to like notarize it, a notarized gift deed, that okay, oh, I am gifting this my friend, or I am gifting this my daughter, or this amount of money, just to add to your proof of funds. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I missed out. I don't think I missed out anything. And then you need pictures of you and your sponsor as well. You need to provide pictures of you and your sponsor, just so that they know that, if it's your partner, you provide the marriage certificate. I don't know if I mentioned marriage certificate, but that is very important. And then pictures of you guys together, you as a family, and all of that. And then what you're going to also use as your ties, your home ties, so they don't think you're about to run away. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, it could be your own personal, like, your own personal investments, or if you have any landed documents, put it there as your own personal, investments, and just things that could serve as your ties. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I feel like this video is very, very long. I'm so sorry. I wanted to like give you guys details and all of that. And I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I hope it's also helpful in case you're going through this process. And I wish you the very best. Just also pray, because it's prayer that's going to really help you. God is the one, the ultimate, is the one that will literally help you through this process. But yeah, guys, I can't wait to explore Canada. I can't wait to share all my experiences with you guys. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. I love you guys. Bye, guys.